Week 4 running back tiers. Let's get it started. Week 4 must-start running backs.
Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Derrick Henry, Omarion Hampton.
Most of these guys are automatic, so I'll go through them quick. Christian McCaffrey is an absolute beast. If he's healthy, you obviously start him. Leading running backs in receiving and opportunities. Brock Purdy might be back, and Jawan Jennings is questionable. He's running back 2 on the year. What am I talking about? Keep it going. Bijan Robinson, another easy start. He's involved in all facets of the game. Is second in the year in total yards and 4th in receptions. Absolute beast. James Cook has been balling this year. RB3 on the year in a great matchup. Tied for number 1 in touchdowns. That's impressive. Keeping it going from last year. The only worry about him in this one is the Saints aren't going to score very many points, so when do they pull him? Jonathan Taylor has dominated in back-to-back weeks. He crushed the Broncos and the Titans. Currently the running back 1, leads the league in carries, total yards, and he's tied for first with touchdowns. Devon Achane dominates the receiving game, 2nd in receptions. Jahmyr Gibbs is incredible, running back 4 on the year, but he does have a terrible matchup. The Browns have been stopping everybody, but he'll get enough receptions to where he'll be fine. Saquon Barkley, another beast. The Bucs' run defense is good, but again, he's Saquon Barkley, you start him. Josh Jacobs is currently limited with an ankle injury. You're going to want to monitor that. But it sounds like he's going to play, and he has a great matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. He's about to run all over them boys. Also, had 9 targets last week. Love to see it. Bucky Irving has the 5th most receptions this year, and he's 2nd in opportunities. Honestly, I was kind of surprised about that one. It's a bad matchup, but with Mike Evans out, this man is extra necessary. Obviously, you're starting him. Derrick Henry's had a rough couple weeks, and he goes up against the Kansas City Chiefs with a great run defense. But he's Derrick Henry. You start him every week. The over-under is the 2nd highest of the week, which honestly is kind of surprising to me. He's just got to get those fumbles down. 1 in every game this year is crazy work. Omarion Hampton is the clear number 1. He broke out last week. It's unfortunate that Najee Harris is gone, but that just paves the way for him to be the clear number 1. I also saw a dramatic increase in his yards per carry from 3.1 to 3.7. Love to see that. Keep going up, young blood. Plus, easy matchup against the Giants. He should be fine. Moving on. Week 4 running back solid starts.
Jaylen Warren, Ashton Jeanty, Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Javonte Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Travis Etienne Jr., Cam Scott-Debo, Alvin Kamara.
Jaylen Warren is questionable with a knee injury. It looks like he's going to play, but keep an eye on that. They do play Saturday morning. Set your lineups tonight. He's the clear number 1. I love the receiving work he's getting. It is a low over-under, and that Vikings defense is for real. But I love his involvement in the passing game. He has the 3rd most receiving yards amongst all running backs. Ashton Jeanty has had a bad start. No way around it. He's currently 17th in opportunities. They got blown out last week, so I'm not surprised that he didn't have crazy numbers, but I was surprised he wasn't as involved in the receiving game. In a game you're getting blown out, how do you throw it to him 0 times? What are we doing here? Kyron Williams had a fantastic bounce back, over 100 yards and a touchdown. He's 5th in carries, 8 in receiving yards. Solid start. Breece Hall struggled last week. He hasn't been top 30 in back-to-back games. He's still 17th in total yards, but I want to see him more involved. It will be a much better matchup this week. Last week he had the Bucs. They're a good run defense. J.K. Dobbins has been surprisingly good. He's the clear number 1. Eventually R.J. Harvey will start sneaking in there, but he hasn't yet. He's top 10 in rushing yards, and he's tied 2nd in touchdowns with 3. Plus he has a great matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Jordan Mason dominated last week. 16 carries for 116 yards and 2 of them things. Them things is touchdowns. 2 of them things. As long as Aaron Jones is on IR, he's the clear-cut guy. And last week's matchup was great. This week's matchup is okay. I can't tell if the Steelers are a good run defense. The numbers say they're bad, but the personnel said they should be good. So I'm curious to see what happens in this one. Still, I think it's a very solid start. Javonte Williams been impressive this year, running back 6 on the year. He has a terrible matchup against the Packers, though. I think that's going to be rough. Hopefully he stays involved in the receiving game, which I think he will. Tied for 3rd in touchdowns on the year. I don't know if he's going to get in on this one, though. Chuba Hubbard is questionable with a calf injury, so monitor that. Surprisingly, running back 11 on the year, and he's good on the ground and in the air. Playing against the Patriots, who don't scare you. Travis Etienne, the clear number 1 on his team. Bishal Tootin gets involved, but I'm not really worried about him, at least not yet. He has the 3rd most rushing yards on the year with 270. Nice. Cam Scatterboo should be all by himself with Tyrone Tracy out. Honestly, he's probably going to hold onto that lead when Tracy's back. He about to show out. He looked good. He had over 120 total yards and a touchdown against the Chiefs. And I love the 8 targets. Currently, 6th in targets on the league. Nice. Alvin Kamara's on a bad offense, and they're probably going to get blown out this week. I'm hoping he gets more involved in the receiving game. He only has 10 so far. That's 17th amongst running backs. I'm looking for that to come up. He is top 10 in opportunities, but if you're going to be down, dump off the ball to Alvin Kamara. It's like his thing. Moving on to the flex plays. Running back flex plays for week 4.
Quinshon Judkins, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard.
Quinshon Judkins has officially arrived. He is the running back 1 for the Browns. He had 95% of the team's carries. I'd say that's a nice takeover. And he was going up against the Packers, who is a very good defense against the run. Goes up against the Lions this week, which is solid, but not the Packers. Chase Brown has lost his shine a bit with Joe Burrow going down because this offense is not going to be good. Now, I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were against the Vikings last week because that was disgusting. But I don't think they're going to be a top 5 offense like they were with Burrow. And the reason why you like Chase Brown is the volume on a good offense. He's going to be in the red zone, get touchdowns. He also gets receptions. They were getting blown out, so his receptions did go up. But if he's not going to get in the end zone, I need to see that up higher. I mean, he was 10 for 3. 3 rushing yards? Are you kidding me? It should be better this week. The Broncos are surprisingly not covering the running back as well, so he could be solid. But I got him as a flex. DeAndre Swift is currently questionable with a hip injury. He was in a limited practice on Friday, so monitor that. He's a clear running back 1 on the team, and he's about where I expected him to be. A low-end running back 2, high-end flex play. David Montgomery dominated last week. 12 carries for 151 yards and 2 of them things. But this week, he gets a much different matchup. The Browns have been shutting people down. Like a vault, baby, locked down. He's still splitting carries with Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't see that changing. You're going to want him in the end zone if he's going to pay off on this one, but I don't know a lot of people that are going to sit him after that crazy game he just had. I have a league where I'm sitting him, but my team good like that. Tony Pollard is still the clear number 1 running back on his team until Tajay Spears gets back. Not very involved in the passing game. He's only had 5 targets on the year. They're not a great offense. He's had the 6th most carries, which is awesome, but it's a tough matchup against the Texans. Not excited about it. Moving on to the questionable flexes. Week 4 questionable flexes.
Trevayon Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Isaiah Pacheco, RJ Harvey, Nick Chubb, Jackery Krosky Merritt.
Trevayon Henderson has had a slow start to the season, but due to Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson fumbling the ball nonstop, he's going to get an opportunity. At least I think so. He did last week. Last week was the first time that he led the team in carries. Love to see it. I am still waiting for that nice breakaway run that you know and love from Trevayon Henderson in college. It's coming. He's just going to need more carries. Right after him, Ramondre Stevenson. I honestly do not know who is going to get the carries in this one. Is Vrabel going to go back to Stevenson, or is the new guard going to come in? I think it's a bit of both. They'll probably split. Oh, man. 2 fumbles, man. That's how you get benched. 4 carries last week after having a dominant week the week before. Also, for both of these guys, surprisingly not a good matchup. The Panthers are good against the run now? What? Isaiah Pacheco has me very concerned. He's splitting work with Kareem Hunt. He's not the goal line back. Honestly, it's a shot in the dark with this one. RJ Harvey is a good backup. He could get more work in this one because the Cincinnati Bengals are terrible against the run, so they might get him more involved because they'll be in a run script, but I don't trust him. Nick Chubb hasn't been overly impressive, and he's starting to split work with Woody Marks. Not good. His targets did increase last week, which was nice, but I think it's only a matter of time before that pendulum shifts closer to 50-50. Jacoby Crosby-Merritt is questionable with a knee injury, but he was a full participant in the Friday's practice, so I think that he should be good. Chris Rodriguez Jr. did lead the team in carries, but I think that this backfield is very fluid at the moment. I'm curious to see what happens this week and how the splits go. I'll be watching. Moving on to the backups. Week 4 backup running backs to keep your eyes on. I like that Woody Marks is starting to split work with Nick Chubb. He was 40% of the carries and the targets last week. Like to see it. Kareem Hunt, goal line back, splitting 50-50 with Isaiah Pacheco. Curious to see how long that stays 50-50, which is why he's down here. Chris Rodriguez Jr. had more carries than Jacoby Crosby-Merritt or Bill last week, but the buzz on Bill sounds like he might get more work, so we'll see who the backup is soon. Bishal Tootin is a solid backup. If anything happens to Travis Etienne Jr., I think he gets more involved, but I have liked that he's gotten a touchdown so far. Tyler Algier's a great backup. If anything happens to Bijan, he's the dude. Ollie Gordon, same thing. Anything happens to Achane, he's the guy. I still can't believe Kenneth Gainwell is the running back 2 right now after you drafted Caleb Johnson in the 2nd or 3rd. Crazy work. Rashad White and Braylon Allen, also good backups. So, time for a recap. Week 4 running back tiers, must starts.
Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Derrick Henry, O'Marion Hampton,
Solid starts.
Jalen Warren, Ashton Jeanty, Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Javonte Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Travis Etienne Jr., Cam Scott-Debo, Alvin Kamara,
Flex plays.
Quinshon Judkins, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard,
Questionable flexes.
Treveyon Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Isaiah Pacheco, RJ Harvey, Nick Chubb, Jackery Crosby-Merritt.
So that's going to do it for my running back tiers for week 4. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll be updating my animation soon, so Jeffrey will be back. But until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell down below. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll see you soon. Bay Nation. Peace.